Yo, what up, Giz-tubians? Welcome into another episode of GizTube. It's Dirt and Nadia, your host, and we're going through all of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizards 2024 North American Tour. All their shows, you can watch them and stream them on their YouTube channel.
Amazing.
At King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Go find them. Thank you to them and Heaps King Films. Anyways, today we're talking about their show in Milwaukee at the Miller High Life Arena. Is that what it was called?
I think it was a theater.
I
think it's the Miller High Life Theater because, yes, Miller High Life Theater, because even in the beginning, Stu's like, I still can't believe they let us play places like this. And what he meant, I think what he meant by that is like a theater vibe. Vibe. Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go with that one.
Miller
Anyways,
High
at the
Life
Miller High Life Theater. And oh boy, another great show. Here to break down the set list, we're going to toss it to our boy Amicus. Amicus, what you got on this set list?
Alright, time for the Setlist Breakdown for the boys' show in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We start with the Dripping Tap, and then we get Field of Vision, a hot water that goes into raw feel. Then we get a crazy bust out of God Is Calling Me Back Home. 580 show gap. It had been since 2015. I didn't double check this, but I think it's the biggest bust out of the tour. God Is Calling Me Back Home. Then we get The Garden Goblin from my man Cookie. We get Magenta Mountain, seeing as how Magenta Mountain didn't pan out the night before. We get Changa, Into Extinction. Then we get some heavy metal with Planet B, a Converge into Witchcraft, a Gaia Gia Sandwich. Yeah, that's right, Gaia, Gia Monster Gaia, baby. And then we get a microtonal ending. We get a Billabong Valley that goes into Honey, that goes into Sleep Drifter. And then we get the KGLW heavy metal outro to close the night. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Amicus. Man, we got two different tour debuts and one crazy bust out song. So Nadia, let's get into our show superlatives, starting with the top songs. Okay, so starting with our top songs, we're gonna do a joint top song list this time with our top 5 in order. Starting at number 5, Nadia, what do we have?
All right, so coming in hot at number 5. Is it real? Is it really? Yes, it is. Magenta Mountain coming in at number 5. Man, I love this song. I love it. And they don't, honestly, in my opinion, they don't play it enough. It was a good one.
They don't. I think it's almost like the most mainstream sounding song they could have.
It's an easy listener.
Very one of the most easy listener ones. And yeah, this song got some redemption when they tried to play it the night before in Minnesota and it did not go well. So yeah, throwing it on the list here. At number 4, we have the Dripping Tap, or as I like to name it from the show, the Tripping Tap, because damn, this one was trippy AF. Yo, have not heard a Dripping Tap like this before, and they opened the show with it.
I was gonna say, anytime they open with Dripping, like, yeah, it's a great closer, I mean, of course, but like when you open with that, it's just like, buckle up, make sure your tray tables are up and fastened, like we are going yes. for a ride.
Turbulence is coming. And yeah, this one was awesome. Had a really crazy, like I said, trippy jam in the middle of it.
Yeah,
that was really cool. Yeah, very unique Dripping Tap. Love that one. What was number 3?
Number 3, we've got Gila Monster. Oof. And I mean, this is obviously just a great crowd interactive song. But man, when Ambi's part comes on and he just goes out onto the stage, hikes up his pants, pulls up the microphone cord around his body.
Throws it around his neck,
I mean, you know shit's about to go down. I love that song, but Ambi's part, and I really feel like in this show tonight, he just crushed it.
He did. That's 2 songs in a row Ambi crushed it right there. Dripping Tap and Gila Monster.
Yes, true.
Number 2, we have Bust Out song that we hadn't heard in how many shows?
I think 580? Yeah, 580.
580 shows. Yeah. God Is Calling Me Back Home off of their album Float Along, Fill Their Lungs.
I love this song. I mean, this has been one of my favorite Giz songs for a while. It's one that I listen to quite often. So very, very cool to hear them pull this one out. And even before the song, I think it's Stu who says, like, if you know this song,
you're cool.
You're cool.
Or something. Yeah,
yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, that was such a shock too. Like, I don't know, there's some songs that you like kind of fall in love with in their discography and you're like, I don't know if they would ever play this live, especially once it gets that far back, like it's quote unquote so old now, you know? So to hear them pull that one out, so like just
cool
grinning
moment.
from ear to ear.
Yes, it was a cool moment. Maybe I'll get this one live at some point on this tour. We'll see. All right, and what was our top song of the show, Nadia?
All right, coming in at number one was the closer, KGLW. I mean, it's rocking. Like, you can't not with that droning, just like, wow, 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 wow. You can't not just like,
Head
at
bang.
least slightly bang.
Slightly bang.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, and yeah, once I feel like closing with that type of song, your body's just like reverberating as you leave the arena, the theater, not arena, and you're just like, oh, KGLW.
Yeah, it's an awesome one. Loved it as the closer, and yeah, that got our top song for tonight. All around, solid set list. Let's move on to the next show superlative, which is the P song. Now we're gonna have different P songs this time. So Nadia, what song did you choose to go pee in?
You know, if I were
at
the show and I had to use the restroom, I think it would probably happen around the time Honey comes on the set list. Like, I would be pumped that Microtonal is here, but I also know my bladder would be like, yo, I need some attention.
That's kind of a deep cut, though. You would still miss it to go.
Yeah, I mean, no, I would go fast enough to where I'd make it back in time.
Okay, cool.
Promise.
I think I would go with Changa, which I think has come up before as my P song. And I think I would just have to say it's probably my least favorite on the silver chord. But, so that's what I'm going P during.
All right.
That song.
That's fair.
Okay, moving on. Next show superlative, we have the best moment. What was the best moment from the show, in your opinion, Nadia?
My favorite moment is right at the end of Billabong Valley. Ambi comes back on stage just at the right time with a big bag of popcorn, just starts throwing it into the crowd. Eventually, he like pours it all over himself like it's a wet t-shirt contest. Loved it. I love when Ambi just does weird, funky things like this. And on this tour, it's been with food. Like, he had the bag of chicken, now it's a bag of popcorn.
He's had a food motif this time. Yeah, it felt, on that Billabong Valley, he like really got lost in the crowd and was taking his time and then came back with popcorn. It was a really funny moment. I love that he spilled it all over the stage and then still kept on going back in their later songs and picking it up and eating it off the stage floor. Like that was
it sounded like too, because they've got their earpieces in, they can communicate. It sounded like he was communicating to Stu and Joey, like, I'm getting popcorn, I'm coming. Because like Stu was kind of like teasing it a little bit.
Well, they
like,
said they could hear him. They're like, we can hear him. He's getting popcorn. And then he comes back with that huge bag of popcorn. Literally got the whole stash from one of the concession stands. Yeah, great moment. For sure. I had the crazy ass Cavs drum solo as my best moment. This one was sick and trippy as well. They were feeling different tonight in their jams. And Cavs, he took it there. It was awesome. And we don't get a Cavs drum solo every night. You know, they're pretty frequent. Of course, when they play Gaia, you're pretty expected to get a Cavs drum solo.
But like his drum solos can be all over. Like,
They can be so
standard.
different from they're not. And I think this one really stood out to me. And then they tried to lead that solo into Gila Monster and like messed up the first time because Stu was like so lost in Cavs drumming, he like didn't know when to come in either.
Cavs would like fake it.
Yeah, he was faking
like he was gonna start it, and then I think at one time Stu bit and like went for it.
So that was my best moment of the show. Loved it. Next up, we have the best banter. Nadia, what would you say is the best banter from
we had a seventh. We actually had a seventh King Giz member at the show tonight. I don't know if you heard. It was the Squeaking Pigs.
We did.
Yes. So my best banter of the night has to do with the Squeaking Pigs.
How could it not?
How could it not?
They made their presence known. If you were at the show, did you have one of the pigs?
They made their presence known from the beginning. Stu and Joey are talking about it after Dripping Tap. And I love, Stu just said, reminds me of bath time. Just talking about the Squeaky Pigs. I'm assuming he's like comparing it to a squeaky rubber ducky.
I guess.
But maybe in Australia they have squeaky pigs. I don't know.
For their bath time. That was also that whole segment of, and this show has kind of become known for this whole squeaky pig syndrome that happens to it where lots of the audience have these squeaky pigs that they're going the whole time. And yeah, there's this whole banter of Stu's like, that sounds freaking crazy. Reminds me of Bath Time. And it's great. And not too bad. Didn't overall deter from watching the show again this time. So, yeah. Moving on, we have the best dressed. As you like to say, Nadia, who was dressed to the nines tonight?
Dressed to the nines tonight, I was really digging Cav's outfit tonight. The reason I loved it is because he was wearing a Murloc shirt. I just think it's so cool and dope, and I just love this band, how they support each other, even in their side projects, even in their other bands that aren't King Giz. For those of you who don't know, the Murlocs is one of A&B's side project bands, and Cookie. Cookie's in it too.
Don't forget Cookie.
I didn't, because I brought him up.
You almost did.
And I don't know, I just think it's really cool that he was wearing his friend's band's merch, who's also in the band that's playing on stage. I don't know, it's cool. I like it.
It was great. Before I give my answer, we do have to mention that Stu is now at 3 shows in a row wearing the pink jumpsuit since he debuted it. I don't think he's taken it off at any point since he
Except for Bath Time.
Except for Bath Time. So yeah, we're at 3 shows. His record with the white singlet before this was 5 shows, I believe. And yeah, I actually gave it to Stu again, not because of his pink jumpsuit again, but at some point someone throws him a gas mask that is bedazzled and he puts it on. And I think that should be a look for the whole band for a show. That would be pretty sick. Like if they did an only metal show, if they all came out in like bedazzled gas masks, that'd be pretty sick.
That'd be a look.
Yeah, so sure. Stu keeping the streak alive and winning my best dressed with the gas mask edition.
There you go.
The accessory. Okay, next up we have the most anticipated superlative of the show, and that is, what is Cookie Dog drinking?
So irrelevant.
Cookie! So this was a dope night for Cookie because he also came out with his single that night.
He did. Good job, Cookie. Pie Pie.
Yes, good job, Pie Pie.
It was the night of side projects here.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But yeah, the Pie Pie single had just released like at midnight the night before, so they called him out on that. So to celebrate, Cookie's having a good old can of Pacifico.
What do you know?
Yeah, I like it.
Pacifico is home to Cookie.
He drinks Pacifico in his highs and his lows and when everything is just even keeled.
He also got a Garden Goblin tonight, which was cool.
Yes, he did.
Okay, last up, we have the MVP of the show. Most valuable player, Nadia. Who are we giving it to for this show?
So this is something that Dirt and I are giving out together, and our MVP for the show in Milwaukee is going to Stu. Congratulations, Stu. Good job, good job. Honestly, I mean, what can't Stu do? Like, he's doing...
Can he drum? I don't know if he can drum.
Honestly,
he probably...
I think he can.
I'm sure he can. I just feel like that's the only instrument I have not seen Stu actively play. I've seen him like tune Cavs' drums, but I have yet to see him actively play.
I bet he can. But yeah, giving it to Stu, I mean, he just night in, night out brings not only the skill and the talent, but also the energy. I mean, Stu's energy night in, night out is just unparalleled. He's our MVP for this show. Yeah.
Gotta give it to Stu. Okay, last up, that leaves us to our overall show rankings. And we're going to give each our own ranking on this one. First off, the ranking from KGLW.net. The fans voted this show a 4.11, which is rather low on the Richter scale of KGLW
from what we've
show
seen.
Rankings. So
well, you know
maybe
what?
It was the pig squeaking.
You know what, Dirt? I am not giving this show a rather low ranking.
Okay.
This is a massive ranking here. This show is getting 59 garden goblins.
Ooh, wow, it's a lot of goblins.
Yes, 59 little garden goblins running around. I thought the show was awesome. It looked like such a fun time. Man, I'm really kicking myself for not just going to every single show on this tour like I know some of you probably did, which is so dope.
Yeah, why didn't we do that?
I don't know, next time.
Anyways, for my show ranking, I went a little higher than 4.11. I went with a 34. Which just happens to be the jersey number of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Did I say that right? I mean, they were playing in Milwaukee. Got to throw a sports reference in there. So
always.
Yeah, hey, Giannis is a NBA Finals champion. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good ranking. I bet a lot of people have Giannis jerseys.
I wouldn't want to be behind Giannis at a Giz show.
God, was Giannis at the Giz show? Maybe he's the one with the pig standing up in the background. Anyways, that's our show superlatives for the Milwaukee King Giz show. If you were at the show, let us know what you thought. Were the pigs super fucking annoying?
Did you get a piece of popcorn thrown in your mouth from Ambi?
Yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. We'll be back with the next show soon. Peace out.
Peace out.